Okay, so I'm about to get live on the radio. Hello, hello. It's Jess and Jess Talks, and we are on episode 27. And tonight we have an amazing MC by the name of, who are you, sir?
Hey, Miss Jess, how you doing? Thank you for having me on Jess Talk. This MC A.Light. That's how you spell it, MC.A.Light. You can follow me on social media, Instagram, MRALIGHT, and also my second page, A.Light Auto Detail Services. How you doing, Miss Jess?
I am amazing. And so I want to say thank you once again, KERB, for always allowing us to be a part of the platform. And we are here and we are going to talk about some things today.
Blessings, blessings.
All right. And so share some information about yourself, Mr. Light.
Well, I'm a Houstonian, I'll tell you that. Shout out to everybody that's Houston Texans fan. Born and raised in Houston. Um, Memorial Herman Hospital, Southwest. Uh, but I'm just a Houstonian. My background, as far as where I was raised, but have a loving family. Grew up, mother, mom, and dad. Uh, Grew up in when I was young. Definitely have a listening ear for just vibration and music, and just people that as far as black people, just ourselves, melanated people, black and brown. I'm definitely a professional speaker when it comes down to inspiring others. Very influential. I consider myself an influential change maker.
Okay.
Definitely an inspirational motivator. Also an educator. Also used to teach special ed, eighth grade, out here in the Houston area, and also taught outside of the Houston area, state of Louisiana. Definitely mentored and actually did professional, growth for those students, and approaching with leadership abilities to allow the students to also know with the curriculum that they had actually be stepping in and being a paraprofessional.
Okay.
That's a alternate word for substitute,
Yes.
but to use it in a way as in a professional way, it's paraprofessional. How I like to consider myself. And as I was doing those things out there in the state of Louisiana, I actually was not only following the curriculum for the students, for the teacher that they said, for the students, correction on that, excuse me. I actually was also teaching them how to start and form their own businesses, whether that's a vending machine, whether that's like me you talked before the show with your family, we're just basically talking about being an own entrepreneur,
Right.
and just teaching them about entrepreneurship in its entirety and actually how important it is. When it also pertains to being able to be a productive citizen of society and actually give back to your community.
Right.
Because that's very big, and most of the things that we don't really, as far as like the new age, or not saying everyone, but just we don't actually sit down with the youth to be able to get down on one knee with them and just let them know like, hey, you can actually do this.
Right.
There's more than one way. So I would just say just by who I am, very self-aware. I seek challenge and never comfort. Uh, at times, I can be honest with you that I do have days where I want to be too comfortable, but I also I'm one of the chosen ones, and I know that for myself, I can give a calling that's bigger than me. So
Come on.
I just have a understanding of what my journey is and what my purpose is. Actually, just to unlock it for myself, and still doing it to this day, and actually helping those and others to actually be able to do the same. And to actually, be very empathetic, but with my messages, it's very direct.
Oh yeah. Okay. And so once again, this is MC A.Light
Yeah.
here on KERB online live. And we're just so excited to be here today. And once again, I'm going to always shout out KERB for giving us this opportunity.
Shout out to them.
Okay, so Mr. A.Light.
What's
And
going on?
I don't know, I'm just going to say this. So, like, don't judge me. I'm going to say it.
No.
So, I just want to know, like, out of all the things that you have done thus far, what do you feel like you would consider yourself? Because I heard you say you're more on the lines of a speaker. So would you say you're more of a motivational speaker? Would you say that you're like, hey, let's get up and go? You a hype man? Like what would you say and what would you say is your passion? What is your actual passion when it comes to speaking?
That's a good question. My biggest thing when it comes to speaking is it's about enlightening our people.
Okay.
It's enlightenment, and if anybody can pick up a microphone, okay, anybody can definitely do that. And I've been one of those people that have, came in the game at an early age, like being able to be just born into it and just knowing it. Like I said, that goes back into just me being able to understand, you know, what it is that I actually really wanted to do. I came from an era to where it's like we didn't have phones.
Okay.
Way before flip phone and all of those different things. So I'm a 90s baby for all the listeners. 90s baby. Right on the tail end after 89, 90. Shout out to all the 90s babies, you know what I'm saying? So, you feel me? And I actually used my imagination. So I played in my imagination. When I say that, I used to just go outside. I used to have those different instances to where I could just be able to form something of the imagination, and I'll just be excited in that just by being outside.
Okay.
Back in the day before the street lights came on, you had to be at home at a certain
Man,
time.
look.
You feel me? So it's like when you understand that, and then after I continuously, of course, made mistakes in my life, grew from them, got spankings, you know what I'm saying?
Come on here.
Got I can say with corrective action,
That
redirection, and with that, it actually helped me be more of a person that is, I could say that those spankings helped me.
Yeah.
Because it also made me to where I'm more of an observer or an observant person.
Right.
And actually just understanding, okay, what my origins are, you know what I'm saying? And also being able to, like I said, bringing a shadow, I could say just like understanding what my shadow self is, like, because everybody has a shadow self.
Okay.
And just actually having the knowledge of self, and then also just being able to study others who actually are still in the game and were in the game that passed on. Greatest MCs, MC Light, shout out to MC Light. She's actually in Houston right now today.
Shout out.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Steve, Barkley, the team. But what I'm saying is that how I actually got, inspired by that is because I stood out on faith. I actually used to speak in the church. I sung in a church.
Yeah.
My grandmother, rest in peace to her. My mother, who's still living.
Rest in peace, grandmother and mama. We love you.
Yes, ma'am. My grandfather, he's passed on and went to transit to another life. He sung tenor. Okay. Me and my cousins, my kinfolk, and say like that, kinfolk. We all sung in the church. I did things in the church. I knew what it was to be a steward. I knew what it was to be a doer. Right. I knew what it was to actually understand what my place is and where I need to go, and actually to be disciplined enough to be able to be, going about this journey in life, to be able to actually understand what my calling actually was. Because I actually almost tried to get me ordained to be a preacher at a young age, but I shot a Project Pat, and then I know they already claim that he a preacher, but he just speaking the word. But my thing is to cut it, short. But my thing is that
So, baby, it's a powerful hour. You ain't gotta cut it short, baby. Say what you need to say.
When I actually found that part of myself, like actually unlocking that, it was just a different transition for myself. With it's an out of body experience.
Okay.
And when you have that out of body experience, it's something that you can't deny. You have to accept it that that's who you really are.
Right.
And one of those instances where I did have an out of body experience in a great way was at Grooves of Houston. Shout out to Miss Grooves, the owner.
Okay, so
when she actually gave me the opportunity to actually host the #1 spot that used to be still the #1 spot on Fridays and Saturdays in Houston. So when I actually took upon that duty to do that, and I actually have a great relationship. Actually, do have a great relationship with all DJs.
Yeah.
I actually experienced my first out of body experience with no psychedelics.
Okay.
This is just natural, and I felt the calling of
look. And for the people that need a better understanding, psychedelics is
psychedelics. We say shrooms,
uh-huh.
But the real natural psychedelics. Okay. I don't take any of it.
Right.
I almost desire to. I just can't be able to drive into that because of the fact that things are different now. So you don't you don't want to experience anything that you don't need to experience. Yeah. It's not in a healthy way. It's not grown the right way. It's not put into the right ingredients the right way because everything is cut different now.
Yeah, and you just have to be more aware, like you said. And so, with all that being said, I've been speaking on why not me. And so, if you were to like give a view for yourself, what would the why not you be? You know what I'm saying? Like, because we all have things that we've been through, and it's kind of like, but dang, why is this shit happening to me? All the people I try to do, but my thing is, why not me? And that is the scope that I have been speaking from for the last month or so. So if you had to be in that, like, what would you say?
That's a good question. I love it. Well, the views is my first time ever being on a podcast.
Come on here. I know this.
And I would tell you this is that I still question myself about to this day, and I have to tell myself because I'm an overthinker. Overthinkers are great people. And I'm one of those people because if you don't have a person that's an overthinker in your circle, you have people that are actually operating without actually thinking.
Right.
They're just going out and just doing it without thinking first. All the different possibilities that could be, would be, how things could end up for you. So I have those different days where I do question myself, like, why me? Like, and they always say, like, going back to, the Quran or, anybody that's, really big on religion, which that's one of the biggest divisions of the times that we are living in, because that's really one of the things, because I'm very spiritual, not religious. Put it that way.
Come on, say that again.
I'm very spiritual.
He's very spiritual,
but not religious. Because religion has definitely caused a division between our people, meaning Black folks, and just in any aspect with how we live our day-to-day lives, because of the fact that we have a lot of people that are hypocrites. Yes, I grew up in the church, like I said, with being a Christian. I understood that, but you also have those same people that act in a way that is not a Christ-like way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So get back to the question is basically like with that why. I question myself, why me? Why this? Why that? But then I sit myself down and I actually meditate, and I have that quiet hour to where I shut everything off. Or even just being in nature, or just listening to the cicadas, or listening to the birds, listening to cars drive by, listening to, even if it's the water, grounding yourself in the grass with no shoes on, no socks on, or anything like that, which I still need to do myself. Yeah. But taking those walks, being in the sun, not being to where it's so radiant enough to where you can't be able to really enjoy the sun, because when it's at its peak, you don't really need to be getting hit with all of the radiation like that. Yeah. And of course everybody has a phone on, because that's not good. Mm-hmm. So the early morning rising and the sunset is the best time. So and I say, why me? but then I had to tell myself, I'm gonna try to love somebody.
Come on.
Why not me?
Many are called.
It's too, it's not enough masculinity out here.
Come on.
You got more of people that are watered down men.
Yeah.
Who don't really speak up with their chest out, back straight, head up high.
Right. They ain't saying with their chest out.
No. No, they don't. They don't speak it out with their chest out. They'll hide behind a keyboard before they speak it out with their chest. Man. See, I'm one of those people that whatever I say, I am what I am. I am what I do.
Come on.
And I can only tell you what the realness is of how the people gonna tell you. Yeah. I don't even have to tell you. And I hate this. I just hate that. I don't even use the word hate. Let me say that. Let me take that out. I dislike when people say, "Oh, I'm real. I'm this. I'm that."
Right.
The people gonna tell you. Yeah. The people gonna know what you do outside. They ain't about how much money you got. It's about what they see, what they know you are, and who you are.
Yeah.
So even when I go to just to say, if I go out to a restaurant, just something to where I just want to just go have some quiet time, just some fun. Not even say quiet time, because being in an environment like that is not quiet.
Right.
But just being able to just be out, just to enjoy myself to myself. You know what I mean? And splurging on me.
And so I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm going to interrupt you. So in that sentence, you say that you're not gonna be by yourself, of course, because you're around a lot of people. But in those spaces, have you ever felt like you was by yourself? Even though you're around so many people, I have that experience so much, so I be wondering, like, am I the only one, or do anybody else experience that kind of feeling? And so, what do you do when that comes across? What does being overthinkers? What do you think about in that moment? Would it make you feel out of place? Does it make you feel like maybe you should stay your ass at the house? Like, what do you think?
Well, I always had that stay at the house syndrome. I don't know what that is. It's just me. As far as shout out to all the queries, it's me. And I love the question, Miss Jess. Shout out to Jess Talk once again.
I'm Jess talking.
Yes. That's Jess Talk. I'm a popular loner.
Okay.
Very popular loner. So when I find myself being in an environment to where like everything is moving quick, it moves slow for me.
Yeah.
In real time.
Yeah.
And it slows down in real time for me, but it moves fast for everybody else.
Exactly.
I don't really definitely like too much pay attention to what other people are doing. But all that to say is that I'm an observer. Mm-hmm. And I'm careful of I can't really give too much how I need to unlock. Or other people can know what we're doing. Yeah. But actually just sitting back and just understanding like how things move, how things operate. If you watch the movie Baby Boy, you seen how Tyrese
and he most definitely was an overthinker for sure.
And you see he was an actual entrepreneur. Yes, that's correct. Yes. Like he told his brother, you see how everything is moving? Why we can't do it?
Yeah.
Why is this like this? And how he was hustling it. He's like, damn, why you think I gotta, why you think I stole this? Why it just can't be something that's organic to where I just want to sell you this for this price, and this is me trying to do the right thing versus going out to go knocking a couple of people over the head.
Exactly.
For what they did work for, and then you feeling,
that is a really good analogy. I've never heard nobody. Shout out to Tyrese, my boy, sweet lady. I call him sweet lady.
What do you want from me? Shout out to Tyrese, though. Real talk. If you have not watched the Breakfast Club interview with him and Charlamagne, and how he actually, him and DJ Emmy, when they actually, he actually got on the Breakfast Club and actually talked about his character and what he's been through with child support, all these different things.
Right.
And it's a worse way that our Black men are actually being put into a situation like that, to where we have to be looked at as the lowest of the low when it comes down to when it pertains to whatever it is that the government say, or whatever it is that's on paper, whatever it is that is. That's something that I don't wish on no man to. Now if you're not doing your job, right, and stepping in and being, that masculine energy that needs to be in the household, that's needed. of course you might need to be on
Right,
it.
yeah.
You know, you might need to.
Because you're
Somebody
not
need to
doing
tap
what
into
you
your
supposed
pockets.
to,
So
of
Uncle
course.
Sam might need to tap.
Of course.
In the U.S. stands for Uncle Sam.
That
So they
part.
might need to tap into
That
your
part.
pockets. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just tapping back into.
So on that note, are you yourself a father?
I am. I have a 3-year-old son. And
Shout out to the baby.
I love him to death. You know, I love him. It's not nothing that I wouldn't do for him. And it's a definitely, you know, only real men can have a son. Only real men.
Say it again.
Only real men can produce a son.
Come on here.
First time.
That's something.
My only baby.
That's something.
That's a real analogy.
So it's crazy you say that. So years ago, a gentleman that I used to deal with, he would always say that his grandfather used to tell him, if you don't produce a son, God don't care nothing about your legacy. And when he said that, I'm like, geez, that's almost hurtful though.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's so many men that has never produced a male child, you know, and so it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Girls back to back. Or it's been occasions where when they did produce a son, it was a miscarriage, you know, something like that. So it's like, that's very addicted to. Say that again for the people in the back.
Only a real man on the first time can have a son.
That's something. Okay, so
I might have said it different.
But
my thing is having a son on the first attempt. That's what a real man is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And there's no discrimination between the gender when it comes to a female or male child. Right. My thing is, this is just actual things and knowledge that I know that I obtained from my own self.
Right.
That although that my late father passed when I was in the 10th grade, definitely played ball. He always, you know, attended to all of my events when he was able to.
Your father fathered you in real life.
Yes, in real life. You know, although in this different instances, of course, things then actually, you know, wasn't in the righteous way that he always did things. And of course, this corrupt system has been able to take over his life. In some instances, and form to where it has definitely played the Black community and the culture with so much of traumatic events, to where we have to be able to heal from that and then also escape from it and also be able to enlighten our people, like I did say before.
Man, so I'm gonna stop you again. No, you said something. You dropping these gems so quick for the people. Look. You in this case, you moving fast and I'm moving slow. So let me slow you down real fast. So you made a statement just now. You said something about being healed. How important do you think that is to to have growth, especially, you know, in the world we live in today? How important is that to be healed?
Being healed is helping to me. I can tell you that I'm actually doing my part and unlayering, just going through the layers,
right,
and just taking off each layer.
Because it's not a 1 day process.
No,
not a 2 day. It's not a
3 day. It might be years.
And
you can't be in environments that are low vibrational and you expect yourself to heal. And me being an MC and knowing what the entertainment and the nightlife is about, daytime, nighttime, and understanding and knowing what the culture is, and I see it, that's not being healthy. And although I go against my own algorithm at times, and being a person that I'm so passionate and I see it for what it is, and then, you know, I try to explain something to somebody, and I find myself explaining something to somebody who actually doesn't think logical but irrational.
Right.
That's when I already lost the conversation, because the person doesn't even want to be logical or even seek logic. My thing is that
look, that's funny you say that.
Healing is true.
It's the same thing as you saying about being real. People be so quick to say how real they are until it's time to be real. And I've had people, I got a lot of backlash, but I'm gonna say it again because I mean it. I'm the last real nigga left. And people be like, what? I say, yeah, y'all can take it how y'all would like to, but that just showed me what kind of person you are, because I'm, of course, not a male. I would never want to be a male, but the term nigga is not a sexual thing at all. It's not a male thing or a female thing. But we have made it to signify males, but in negative lights. Mm-hmm. And so I'm saying as if I'm gonna give you the real me at all times, at any time. Mm-hmm. And how you reciprocate this is really on you, because I'm coming with all love, all caring. I ain't gonna care enough to let you disrupt my vibe or my peace, but I'm gonna care enough to show you what you need, to gain from our interaction, regardless of how we're interacting. And when you said that last little part, it just really made me have to put that in there. Yeah. And so thank you again for being so honest and being so real, because people don't do that enough. And when they're not doing it, that's why we have so many corrupt environments within our culture, because people are so busy trying to act like they something and versus just being who they are. And we have enough, Tyrese's. We have enough, I ain't even gonna put them out there, but that other person. We have enough of these people that are emulating something. It's really not something that they just can actually do. You don't even know what that spirit is that they are emulating through and emulating from. You don't even know who's behind them. Mm-hmm. And when you actually do cross over to that side, that's one of the things when I come to the entertainment. Really fast, give us your entertainment background, because you skipped over it. Oh, okay. Briefly. Well, entertainment. I told her I'm gonna put my chance, baby. Come on. Entertainment side. Actually, shout out to Universal Music Group. Shout out to Mike Moe. Shout out to Mike Cap. All of those different people that actually helped me, grow and actually not be shy in front of the camera. Okay. And it takes a lot of work and effort, and it takes a lot of constructive criticism. It takes a lot of lonely nights. It takes a lot of those reflection days, and it takes a lot of heartaches. It takes a lot of grit. Not grits. Grit. 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 Okay, so when you say grit, what is that to you? Grit means, as I was talking to your family, is just the willingness and being able to also just continuously keep doing it and actually going through it. Although you have that conscious mind just telling you, man, I don't feel like getting up doing this today. Yeah. I don't feel like getting up on a podcast today. I don't feel like I don't feel like going to go put no gas in my car. Yeah. So how you gonna get where you need to go? Why am I doing this? Well, I don't feel like being successful today. Oh. I feel like being a loser today. No. But then again, it's like, it's different for me, because I have those, do you want to sit? Do you want to sit and let everybody else guide you? Or do you want to continue to raise that you've been called to do? But it's different. I can say it's different for me, because I can never sit back and just allow myself to be conform to those people that are actually keeping bars open. Okay. Clubs open. Okay. Late night sessions open. You know what I'm saying? These people are programmed. And if you don't really actually know that, as we're speaking, and people that are actually listening, these people are programmed to do and keep this stuff going. Come on here. And I can't be able to allow myself to be that. It's a lifestyle for them. It's a lifestyle, and they're, like I said, they're programmed. Yep. This is something that they already seen done, and I already just know that that's what they're gonna do for the rest of their life, which also cuts off a lifespan for them, to where you won't even be able to live long to be able to actually, be able to take care of your loved ones or anything like that. So you got kidney problems at 20. Man. But going back to the entertainment shop, the UMG, Boss TV, they actually helped me on the platform. Shout out to Texas Southern University, HBCU, the number one to me in the nation. And you say, who is that again? Texas Southern, the Texas Southern University. Let me speak on that. Oh my goodness. The Texas Southern University. You just sound like somebody else the other day. So why do y'all feel so strongly about that? Well, I can just say how I feel strongly about it, because when I actually graduated, I'm gonna say it like this: when I graduated from high school in 2009, shout out to Ridge High School. I graduated at the same school that TJ Ford played for the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay.
and a lot of other big names that came out of there. So when I graduated, I played ball. When I graduated in 2009, unfortunately, I wasn't doing what I needed to do back in not middle school, but elementary.
Okay.
So I did have that 1 year to go back, so I had to repeat the 4th grade.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
really,
but my life didn't even, So my life, well, I had a teacher that really, I had a white teacher who really was one of those people that drank coffee every morning.
You saying that?
And got brown teeth.
Yeah.
And no discrimination to any of the the listeners and anybody that may be Caucasian. I'm definitely not one of those people that are race banging or anything like that. But I just know that I love people that are of different ethnicities, but they're righteous. I don't love everybody, but I love those people who are righteous. Let me make that clear.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but if you have those, you also have those people that operate from a negative entity that feeds them and continuously keeps them going. And whatever that you do to continuously keep feeding that entity to them, and you buying into whatever they're saying, you're engaging with them, or anything that it might be, you're actually feeding into that soul or that demon or whatever it is that they have.
Because everything and everybody has a spirit.
Exactly.
That's why you are what and not what. What you? You said you're not religious.
I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. Very spiritual. So, in that standpoint, also everything we need to start celebrating everything because everything doesn't need to be.
I ain't gonna let this slide.
Everything doesn't need to be celebrated. When I say that, I say in the words of saying like everything doesn't need to be celebrated. Everybody doesn't need to be celebrated because everybody doesn't do the righteous things and it's very empathetic when it comes to being able to actually like how we're talking now, which is my first time ever being on a podcast platform. Bless you. Thank you for this because of the fact that
thank you.
Everybody they'll pick up a mic, but they're only talking about gospel and not nothing that's really profound and actually to feed the soul. To actually to where when you go out to or go anywhere else or move on to your day-to-day journey, whatever you got planned, throughout life or whatever that you might be doing. I don't know, whatever side of the globe you might be on.
Right.
Somebody still took that, whatever that you said, and they applied it to their life.
Ooh.
And everything that I say is coming from the soul. I'm not gonna tell you nothing that I ain't even did for myself.
Thank you.
That's just real. Like when I go home and lay down at night on a pillow and I put the covers over my head, I lock up, do whatever I gotta do. That's security.
Because
that's
you know what?
Because I know I ain't do nobody wrong.
You know you ain't do nobody wrong. So you can sleep good at night. Even if what I said to you offended you, hurt you in any kind of way, whatever I said, I meant what I said.
Right.
If you didn't like what I said, it's probably because you misused me in some type of way. Because we all get used. I say it all the time. Probably almost every episode.
Everybody is a narcissist.
But do not misuse me.
Yeah. Everybody is a narcissist in some way.
Because that's where the disrespect comes in at. You know what I'm saying? And so, and again, we were just talking about this. I don't ever want nobody to feel like I'm doing anything, that's malicious.
Right.
That's a one-sided deal. Like I'm not about that. So if I tell you, come on here, let's talk about your this, let's talk about your that, I'm not doing this because I just want to have somebody on top. Because I talk about myself all the time. I'm just talking, goddamn. I don't need you here to have a conversation. But at the end of the day, the fact that you trusted me enough with what you have going on and went on your life journey, that's big to me.
Right.
Because my platform is built on mental health. And what can I do to help somebody else on their life journey? Because mine ain't perfect. Mine has not been perfect. But I'm looking forward to those good things that are going to come to me because we're planting the seeds now for the future.
Yeah. So, and we need to take advantage of that. And then like I said, also let me shout out one more person. Shout out to Live Nation. Shout out to my boy J Dirt. But as far as like building up the community and being able to tap back into our resources, tap back into our true self and who we actually are.
Right.
As far as actually understanding what our origins, where we actually come from. Because some of these people out here are really niggas.
Man,
nigga and black.
I was just telling somebody one thing I cannot stand is niggas. And look, and when I tell y'all, I love everybody. I love my black people. I love my culture. But when it comes to them niggas, They can,
You know.
look, I got a friend that say, just kill them off. But I ain't gonna take it that far. But what I would say is, just put them somewhere away from me. I don't want them nowhere that I'm at. And no time, never. Keep them niggas over there. Don't ever nowhere in my space. And the last place I lived, unfortunately, I thank God I had a roof over my head, but I was around a whole lot of niggas. And I didn't know this prior to my move and paying my money to move there. But that was also a humbling experience because you can't never forget where you came from. You can't never forget that you're not the only one. You know, it's people that have not reached the levels mentally, psychologically, emotionally that you're at because I thrive on my level of emotional intelligence that I have gained. I didn't have it always, but the older I am and the more life that I'm living and the more people I meet and the more people that I'm interacting with, I see that it's so many things that I have grown from that hell 6 months ago would have pissed me off. Right. But today it doesn't. It don't bother me. It's just like it never happened. And so that's why listening to you speak, and, our conversations prior to today it's refreshing to hear a man, a black man that cares enough about, who they are. You take your character seriously, you speak with integrity, and you're not afraid to talk about the things that you went through because that builds you who you are. And that's why I love the Why Not Me. That's why they're so big to me. So on that note, what made you accept coming on Jess Talk?
Well, you ignore my DM. Nah.
What about ignoring?
She didn't ignore my DM. Nah, I have been reaching out to Jess, man, since earlier this summer, but we actually met last year at a thrift event. Shout out to Successful Saturday.
Shout out to Successful Saturdays. Love you, Jada.
So definitely, that was definitely a refreshing, just an interaction with all our brothers and sisters that were there for the right reasons and actually supporting, Black entrepreneurship, which we should be able to continue to do and not circulate our dollars anywhere else, but in the Black community. Just because that's why I get upset. I get so mad at just the conditions that I'm in. Right. And just what we are in as people. Not it's just strictly just Black. Yeah. And just how they love us to clash and they use entertainment to keep us entertained for us to be able to be distracted and not being able to be on point at any time. And then of course with the gun laws and everything, legislation and all that, they allow all of this stuff to use this stuff against us for our own demise, and we not really understanding that. But you have to be a person that has to have a strong mind and willfulness, and you have to be grounded within yourself and actually have enough common sense. Because common sense ain't common. It's not common. Common sense ain't common. They said, shout out to common though. Right. But common sense ain't common. Man, you know what I'm saying? They talk about it. You talk about distractions. So what could you name within this last, I'm going to say about 8 months, one of the biggest distractions in the music industry that people will not let go and they still thriving on right now that ain't got nothing to do with nothing? I mean, one of the biggest things or one of the most recent things? Both. I can say right now, it's definitely that Diddy. Okay. It's definitely that Diddy. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no supporter of Diddler or Diddy Five or Diddy Bob. Whatever they call it. Whatever. That's he been doing it. That's been going on. He been a bad boy. Understand? Come on here. Why you think he called bad boy? Okay. He didn't hide anything. He spoke openly about everything he was doing. It's been all on Drink Champs. It's been all on all podcasts that he's been on. Anything that he's been interviewed on. It's just people can't really decipher from what's entertainment and what's gossip and what's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't be able to actually, you got two sides of your brain. You have the feminine and the masculine side. Women and men have the same thing. You just have to actually tap in and to understand it. And when you don't understand it, you can't be able to actually decipher and break the two into pieces and to understand like this ain't real and this is true. Because everything that you see ain't real and you can't go off the first thing that you see when it pops up. The thing is that we are in a time to where just like Google, you can Google anything and that's the most like efficient thing that we've never been able to do. So the other thing is on the other side with, I can say the other mess, like I said, I really watch a lot of mostly informational stuff, but I would say the dog case.
Okay. That's
a little older.
How do you feel about that? Yeah.
Man, shout out to Uncle Dog. He told you how to get the money.
Yeah. Come on.
First thing, get the money. Number 2, don't forget the money. Number 3, don't forget the money. Can't sing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just he also talked about with the iPhones.
Yeah.
That's a distraction.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is called the devil's sword. People that
Come
know.
on.
That's why if you turn your phone sideways, that's why it looks like this. It's a sword. People don't understand it. They might not think, what are you talking about? That's because of the fact that they're not enlightened to stuff that actually what I'm saying or what we're speaking on, what we're conversing on. So
everybody live in the commercial lifestyle. That's why.
Only
what they see, only what's appeasing.
It's whatever they see in the comments is what they believe. They go off of that, and like I said, no discredit to anybody that watches Love and Hip Hop, all of this stuff. Right. And it's just like that's a representation of what they think that black folks is like. Yep. So that's why when they see us outside, they think
not understanding that those is niggas.
Those niggas, and I don't even use the other term, but it's just our women, our black women need to actually just rise up and just understand, like we shouldn't be classed as a gender war.
So real fast, I have to say this because I just spoke on this with my girlfriend earlier. So I'm looking at and I try not to, how they say, don't look at the comments and all that when you go through your podcast and you go through the stuff that you post. But it's just amazing to me how many views I get when I'm not on Just Talks, when I'm just, posting some interactive things that I've done, or I'm just posting like some old photos of myself. Of course, I usually try to have some type of motivational things behind it, etc. But that should be through the roof. Right. But when I have my interactions on the talk show, and I have my interactions on, just doing family things, it's like those views are very limited, and it's just kind of like, y'all just want me out here showing ass and titties, you know what I'm saying? And granted, my titties and ass don't be out, but you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things.
It don't be out for the record.
Right? It don't be out.
It don't at all.
It's just one of those things, like, it be like, that's the why not me too as well. Like, I want to say it don't matter at all, because in real life it don't matter. But for the sake of me trying to push my positive message, it does matter. Right. Because I don't want to have just how I look highlighted, because I'm way more than how I look. Right. That's a part of me. Right. That's the exterior, it's not the internal, so it's one of those things, like, I'm always just be cute because I'm cute. But at the end of the day, I have a message, and I want to help our people. I want to help people in general, because if you black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, Vietnamese, Indian, at the end of the day, shit, life is real. And they need to know that life is real, and it's going to happen continuously if you wanted to or not. So that's why my message has always been mental health, regardless of what's going on with me. I want to ensure that I'm representing the positive light within me that I have to show everybody else. Not that, I'm just on a podcast, not that I have these products, not that, I am a mother, like all those things. Those are just things that are part of me. These are just things that is going on with me. But the main purpose and the drive is to help others. Like, we're all here to pay it forward in some kind of way. And mine has been, through my services, through my speaking engagements, etc. So it's like, if I'm not being highlighted on those things, to me, it's kind of like, whatever, because shit, I know I'm cute. I don't need you to say this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, because like you said, shit, I put the shit on.
And she got it on today. I thought Saul trying to come on, but I was all the time. Like, she got it on, y'all, for sure. She looks very amazing today, and I know that she came with the works today, and she definitely put on for today. Man, I'm telling y'all need to support Just Talk, man. Stop sleeping on her. I'm telling you, she gonna be the next biggest breakfast club there is. Not even speak on that. It's gonna be Just Talks. That's how it is. But it's gonna be bigger than any other platform. And supporting our people is the main thing that we need to do. And we need to stop being scared of just supporting our own, because of the fact that the only reason why people they don't want to support you per se, and I'll just say this even for myself, is that they don't want you to become bigger than them.
Don't say that. Some of the people are hating. No,
I'm just being honest. People don't. When you say, like I said, when you went back, just going back to what you said about the comments and just what you post and stuff like that, it may not be what I'm saying, the BBL and all that kind of stuff, because that's what drives the internet.
Right,
of course. It's already being brainwashed and all that stuff is fabricated anyway, because everybody can be who they want to be on social media. But they ain't gonna post you when they into their last dollar.
Come on here. Come on.
They ain't gonna post you when their car broke down.
Ain't.
And they don't know how to put a battery in it. Or they don't even know how to change the oil. What a dipstick is it?
Come on here.
You know what I'm saying? Let alone they just put gas in the car and keep it running. They might put diesel in it. It's supposed to be 93.
Look, talk about if they can get gas, goddamn.
You might not even get the gas. They might put a fucking diesel in it. They're not even put.
No, that's real.
They not even put. And that goes for men and women. It's not even no. Like I said, it's not even a gender. It's just the reality, like you said. It's just because I'm gonna tell you, it's just people pay attention. They just like what they want to like at that whenever they feel like it, because they see it. They just don't support it because of the fact that what your journey and what your lane is. They not, trust me, like I'll stay off the internet what I posted for over a year. And when I did post it, I won't be paying attention. I won't be caring who like my stuff, because when you start getting to that point, man, they ain't liking my stuff.
Look,
that's the
see, I say if you live for the cheers, you'll die by the booze. And I was like, I know that's fucking right. Come on, Phil. And shout out to T.I. So that's what I love it.
Actually seen him at concert at Sam.
And so I love his dynamic, like the way he loved his family, regardless of all the stuff he went through with the legalities, etc. His wife was there taking care of business, that part. Take care of business, making sure the family was still afloat, making sure things were taken care of. And I feel like we need more of that in the Black community as well, because everybody trying to bash her on all this different stuff. But she was a real wife, made sure her husband was took care of in and out. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things I love to see it.
And she's still real to this day.
Come on here.
Even though she was in a group,
she's
still that's one of the people I know, as far as her being the wife and you know what I'm saying, the Harrises, that's one of the people I definitely respect. Now, entertainment side, and also outside of that, even watching the series with them, how he actually talks to his kids in a way, and the doobly and all that. But it's needed though.
I'm telling y'all now, I'm not big on reality TV at all, but that is something that I did tap into because of the genuineness of how they did things. And I ain't gonna never act like they just the perfect couple, because everybody have issues, and it's one thing for them to share the things that they have went through in different ways. They don't have to go into the full detail, and that's what people want. The mess, like you said, they want the gossip. They want dang, what can we use against them?
Negativity drives everything. It drives sales. It drives the consumers, as us being the consumers.
Come on.
And Black folks are the number one people that actually are the people that are actually pushing the negativity.
Come on.
But then they want to act. They want to go back and say, "Shop," you know what I'm saying? And recipes we start to farm, everything like that. Like, and even listening to other people, people gonna die and love what they do when they when it's that time for that last breath to be taken.
And so, not to be funny, but when you said that, it really brought some things to my mind that the rappers that have passed were saying real shit.
I mean, but as us being in the culture,
I'm really positive about that in real life. Sure. Talk about the ones that was really saying shit that needed to be said.
But why we didn't stop it right then and there? We kept promoting it though, right? But they've been talking about Percocet, they've been talking about Molly, they've been talking about this, they've been talking about that, they've been talking about lean, they've been talking about sipping, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. As long as they keeping us already indoctrinated with all this stuff, we ain't gonna never move forward. So when is it gonna be enough to where somebody gonna stop?
It's kids that can tell you all of the music backwards and forwards and cannot identify the alphabets.
Okay. Not even that, they can't write in cursive.
Thank you. Okay, decipher numbers from letters.
Or the timetables or what you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
What the Roman numerals is.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah,
you feel me? So the fraction of how to break down stuff. Timmy got this and how much is, you know what I'm saying? If he got this, how much is his sister have, So it's just one of those things that we need to
give somebody a word problem to see. That's how you see.
And I was there with word problem, don't get me wrong. But I knew when my check came up, sure I knew how much I knew how much I needed to get. I knew how much my text.
It was a real about It was probably, I'm probably not even right on the years, but it was some years back, and it was like a parent helping their child with the homework, y'all.
I think it was Norman. It was Norman, the comedian.
They say if somebody had such and such apples and they took away this, and I think the answer was like 3 or something, that little boy say 6 of them.
Yeah. And to be
honest, it was so funny, but it is like so true.
It's real. It's funny, but it's
like, and of course she recorded it thinking it's gonna be a prime Bible moment, and he fucked it up. This nigga talking about 6. Look at the answer is 3. The fuck. So it's just one of those things. Like,
play some Sexy Red. I bet they know it.
But sadly, I remember that reel. You know what I'm saying? So that just shows they shine a light of negativity on that child, though, because at the end of the day, that was really a learning experience for him and the parent, because she was made aware that however she teaches this to him or however he's learning this, he don't understand it. You know, he not comprehending. It don't make him dumb. It don't make him slow. But that's the area he needs to work in, and that's the part that always gets me. People love to talk about people's kids, and I want to people. I knock all this shit over behind my kids. I'm talking about, and whatever the fuck I got on in this dress, it's some jeans, it's some boots. I would whoop everybody ass in whatever building behind mine.
That's one thing I do is play about people's
kids. And so when people say certain things about a child, that pisses me off instantly. I lose so much respect for anybody. If you go mishandle a child, I don't give a fuck what age they are. Because until a motherfucker is 22, they literally are still a child because you're still doing all these things to them. Now, 22 and up, they really kind of got to do some shit for themselves. But at the end of the day, you still have to parent them, the young adults. Hell, my mom, I call my mom every day. Baby, Felicia, no, I'm calling that line, baby. And why you didn't answer?
I'm the first one.
When I called you, and likewise.
It's
why are you not answering the phone when I'm calling you? Like, what is going on? Then I got to go to my Palm Pilot and see what location is. You're at the house now. Why are you not answering the phone?
It's a distraction.
And what was the distraction?
And you know they're not going to tell you what your answer is.
Then I got to pop up on them. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to pull up.
They got to do all
because I'm telling you, sure enough. I'm the only child to keep my house key. Hey man, they lose, they can buy it intact. Because I need to be able to open the door whenever I need to. You know I know you.
Take the door off.
She told me that I need to stop doing it, but I don't care. I need to know what's going on in the door.
Keep doing what you're doing. You know, they might be making bombs, whatever the case is.
Trying to take it down.
Hey, you don't want the FBI, DEA coming up to your place.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to know what's going on. And me personally, growing up, I couldn't have my door.
Gotcha.
So these kids nowadays, they coming out already knowing
they most definitely
before any phone come out, they already know what to do.
What's the word? I said entitled.
Right. Okay.
Entitlement. And it used to be,
but ain't paying no bills.
Look, man, them white kids shit. Now it's the black kids more than the white kids.
They go hand in hand, but you're right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like you used to be able to say. You can't say this shit no more. It's not race driven at all. So it's all these kids need their ass whooped equally.
Allegedly. We too sensitive as a society, but we invite all of the negativity when it comes to listening to everything else. We'll bump this, we'll bump that, and I can say I'm not even saying that I don't listen to it. I listen, like I tell you, I listen to rap and all that kind of stuff. I say I know what's going on. I ain't gonna say I have to. It's just something that's on the producer, so I can cut it on and cut it off at any time. So,
with that being said, as your time as an MC, do you feel like things have changed dramatically?
Yes.
From then to now?
Yes.
And so, how so?
And you have too many people that's picking up a microphone, don't be giving a message really all the way direct to the people, and they just want to be in front of the crowd just because they just get bullied or they just get talked about, and now they got a position to where, hey, now I got this and this and that, but they don't really know how to speak to people. They don't really know how to actually give the common courtesy and to acknowledge and to allow the people to actually be able to reach them. I had a homeboy, I still got a homeboy to this day, personal trainer. You know what I mean? He told me, he said, don't get too big enough to where the people can't reach you. When that come about, and when you get to that platform, you get high enough to where, you know, you making all this money, whatever the case is, you still, you know, you forget about those people that actually support you. Like, for instance, example, Jess talks. So just in case if you take out, which I know you will, I ain't gonna say just in case, You take off.
Come
Well,
on,
so however it started for
Come on, Win, I take off.
You know, take off. Or if you take off. You know what I'm saying? Land rocket. You hear me? Because I speak a lot of parables. And I know I talk fast, but not slow. You listen to stuff. I'm from Texas.
Come on here.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything big in Texas, baby.
Because all of what I'm saying is not fabricated. This is not something that's rehearsed, anything like that. I do this on a daily. Not although I do may have a few notes, but I speak without anything. You know, I say it in real time, and like I said, it's nothing that I put on paper or anything like that. I gotta sit here and just hold up in front of me, and everything what you're saying is definitely just it's tapping into what I automatically just say off the top. But what my initial thing was is that for the people like myself, as far as being an underdog and actually taking upon that step to be able to step out on faith and actually do it, and to actually wow the people and be able to meet different people in the game, different dudes and all these other different big names, and some things doesn't need to be captured on camera all the time. You know what I'm saying? So when I catch myself doing it, I be like, oh, let me chill.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I've been respected enough to do that because, you know, everybody don't want to carry on their face. You know, everybody doesn't want to be captured and want to just enjoy the moment. But it's just like, I know for myself, what my next move is going to be reinvesting into myself, like 2 Chainz did. If you know the story how he did, we started to play the circus and how he went from Titty Boy to 2 Chainz. And you know what I'm saying? And
so
that's the,
what about Chameleon though? He changed what he did was real.
Millionaire is still a millionaire.
Like, but the way that he moved it, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I literally went into his story and how he transitioned to more of the accountability with the finances. Like for artists, you know what I'm saying? And I love that story. Y'all, if y'all have not been following how Chameleon transitioned into more of a financial end versus the music, you need to really tap into that. It's a really good story. But sorry.
And you don't see those. No, you're right.
But you know what I'm saying? But nobody talks about that.
You don't see him often. You know why?
Yeah.
Because he get into the bag.
Thank you.
Get into the bag. You don't never see a lot of rich people outside.
Look.
You know what?
The man said that they catch me rolling. They hate him.
Yeah.
They're trying to catch me riding dirty. The man was telling the story.
Rolling. Kids me rolling. And they used to come on and I used to turn it all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Before the choir storms come on, and shout out to Michael Wise, they used to play it. And I had the opportunity to meet Chameleon when he had the braids. When Power Wild when they first started, I still got an OG picture of a hologram with Wicked Cricket. People don't even know what that is. Like I was born into the game. Like, and me just having to understand it actually, to my late father, which I gave to talk to him and just get more knowledge of how all this stuff started. Like I came up on Boston's, I came up on all these different, all these different groups and everything like that. I'm good with all of the legends. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be called a legend because they might be a legend for doing the wrong thing.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to you shout out Chameleon, I understand because they pulled up on my middle school, so I know I had the opportunity.
That was big to me.
And Chameleon, that was really that.
And when we go into Alzheimer, was so big guy. So me going to Alzheimer, of course, who came up there. Some Thug was always up there, holding it down. It's okay, KERB. We're gonna end this show now with you guys. TikTok, YouTube, we still on. But KERB, thank you guys for this opportunity once again. The next show is about to start, so I'm gonna be respectful for that person's time. And y'all tap into KERB Online Live. If y'all are not listening to that radio broadcasting, you're missing out. So I love you guys. Be blessed and keep it moving. Okay. All right. So TikTok, YouTube. So I'm still with y'all because this man has really got me. I'm a little excited. Huh? Okay. No problem. So y'all, I need y'all to really tap in and tell me like the things that y'all want to hear next because one thing about it is so many things that I have covered thus far since I've been going live with y'all, since I've been giving you guys, the information that is taking place through all of my platforms, etc. And I just want to thank y'all for everything. Like everything y'all have done, everything y'all have been a part of. Y'all have seen me do my marketing, just marketing and mimosas events. Y'all have seen the just talk sessions. Y'all have seen the different events when I was doing the pop up shops. So I'm just really like trying to see like what's the vibe for y'all? What y'all want to hear from Jess? Like what you want to see from me? Because I am not perfect, of course, but I want to give you guys, something that's going to help you along the way. I'm gonna have a event coming up in January. FYI, it's gonna be on Eventbrite because I'm really big on doing things to, help us move and get to the point where we just helping people thrive. Other entrepreneurs, other people just working on themselves. Because at the end of the day, people be like, "Oh, well, your events, I don't have a business. I don't want to come to your event because I don't have no business." And I'm just like, you don't have to have a business to be a part of my marketing events. Marketing is just that. You want to learn how to actively communicate with others because people go somewhere just like how MC A.Light was saying, being shy in front of the camera. People are shy to talk to people in general. Like they'll go to an event and they can't even communicate with people well unless they under the influence, drunk or high or something like that. And that shouldn't be that way. You should be able to be a functional, sound mind person in a place with people you don't know and be able to communicate and correlate and understand what's going on around you and gain some positive interaction. Like I don't like at all that people feel like they have to be drunk or something like that just to be themselves or just to be open and talking about things that they want to do and talk about things that they aspire to do. So I'm excited about that. And I want to just tell MCA like once again that I thank you for the time that you are giving me. And I know like it's other things, you have to do and you have for it all, but the fact that you took the time out to get on here and talk to us, I appreciate that. And I want you to know that you are valued by just talking. I appreciate you. And so it's one of this.
Ain't no big, what they call that? A spray on?
Right.
It is really.
Boy, that's his edges.
Some people go outside and they
the fact that Ben had to say that now. No, that's so. How do you feel about that? So y'all, real fast. I had a dude that I worked with, y'all, and one of my old coworkers. Oh, I'm not thinking about it. RIP. He's actually deceased. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it much. So sorry about this. So I have a coworker, y'all. He had I call it a 27 pieces per million. That's what I call it. It was most definitely like huh? What you call it? Oh yeah. So
Yeah, what now?
chicken. That's so cheese. I want cheese. That's so. Do they got burrell taco? Sorry, y'all. Yeah, whatever. I'll say it wrong. So look, first of all, Jess is always hungry. Bro, shut up. Jessica is always hungry at all times. So the people try to feed you girl tacos, and I need tacos. I hate y'all. Talk about, do they have queso? Never mind, I got queso. I already got queso. Never mind.
What is that?
Do you want the regular tacos?
No, I want the burrito tacos.
Okay, come with cheese.
Okay, yes. So, huh? He says he like it too. He like whatever I like.
It could be a flat like.
Okay,
that's fine. Yeah, so I'm greedy. My kids is greedy. So we all eat. We just like to eat. 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 Right. So yeah. So just bear with me. I'm a little hungry. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, so you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all, he tried to handle me earlier. I gotta say it again because he tried to whisper it. He gonna talk about he was trying to hit me up in the deals and get on the show. This is the thing, guys. I gotta protect myself. Look,
I swear I did.
I told this man.
I said, "What's up?"
If you want to get on, just let me know because we have to compare calendars. Because look. So Jessica's a business. Just a business person. You know what I'm saying? Whole lot of bullshit. So at the end of the day, I have to know that you're serious about the interaction that's going to take place on the platform. And so all I was saying was, if we're going to, communicate, actually, we need to have our conversation first, because I consult in all ways when it comes to the personals by Jess and when it comes to Jess Talk. I have to understand that you're right.
Nah, you're right.
But,
You're right. It's proper channels to go about it.
But at the end of the day, I don't have nothing against nobody who want to be a part of the platform. But like he stated, I most definitely want to make sure that whatever that we're going to talk about is aligning with my movement. It's aligning with the things that I promote and the things that I support. Because just because you cool, or just because you black, or just because you got a business, that don't mean that I want to do business with you. And I feel like that's a real thing, and people need to learn how to say no, when to say no, when to say yes, and when to take a pause and think about what they're trying to do. Because I don't want anything that I do to be represented in a negative way, and I don't want nobody a part of my platform that's going to be negative and that's going to twist around the positive things that I'm trying to do on the platform. So yeah, I do look at what people send me in my DMs, of course, and I do, let my assistant, she helps me out with different things. And so we looking at these things and we're correlating and we seeing what should be a part of the platform and what shouldn't. So, but MCA like was most definitely somebody that I met in person first. So I knew that he wasn't playing. It's just our calendars were not matching up. And so it took roughly a year.
I was ready any day though. I was ready to drop. I was ready to drop whatever right then and there. And hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, y'all. She gave me a free sample of her beard oil. I tell you, man. When I tell you that had me glistening. And I already used like I said, like beer balm and stuff like that. You actually buy that at Walmart, buy something at Walmart. It's what's that? It's a brand that they use also at Kroger's as well too. It's like a Cactus Jack kind of guy. They got the soap as well too.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I don't remember.
It's a Sasquatch. It's a Sasquatch down there.
He have like the lumberjack stuff.
Yeah,
on. I know you.
That stuff works. Okay, so the beer balm, and the oil, and what they just had, gave me as a token for us meeting. Man, I tell you, I milked that like it was. I milked it.
Talking about, just tell the truth. You used mine up, but I bet you still have those available.
Actually, I only had just the beer bomb that I used, but that's why I tell you today, when I came in the door, that I was gonna buy something from you today.
So that's why you're gonna be able to get.
I think this was if it's $50, I'll pay for it.
So you're gonna get the package today, so you can have that black soap. So y'all, when I tell y'all, like the way the people talk about the black soap, they make me feel like I'm just out here not giving the people what they want for real, because I'm not out here pushing the black soap like I should. But when I tell y'all, impressive African black soap has really done wonders for my skin personally, as well as my clients and customers. And when people come in and get their just experience with their beard treatment and skin treatment and their facials, it's most definitely, highlighted, and they are very excited when they get to have that to come along with their services. But at any rate, thank you for.
I love it. It was very, just it's just the overall feeling of just how it just must be. My beard. I'm trying to pass up James Bond. I just showed you the picture with Kendrick Perkins.
Right, yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I'm in there.
Well, see, you haven't came and got the beard treatment.
I mean, whatever services that it entails, indubitably.
Right.
Look, I'm down for it. Like I don't mind it. I definitely down for 144.
And so it's just one of those things, y'all. Like I'm just here to help in real life. Like I want to help you in whatever way. If it's a skin issue, if it's a scalp issue, if you just try to get your hair more valuable for you, like we have those kind of products. So EPS.27 is our website. It is open and ready to take purchases. We were doing some work on it, so I didn't want to push out there the bush because it was getting worked on. But it's ready now. I talked to my website people; they got it up and going. So on that note, I'm gonna get back on you because
Don't let it get on me, y'all.
look, these people need to know that you really had me like the man had me. You know what I'm saying? Jess. So y'all know I'm innocent. And y'all know I'm just out here trying to handle business at all times. But he gonna tell me, yeah, man, you know, you act like you don't want to be on the show. Why would you say that? Like, why would you say that?
Hey, I just look, you know me, I can't see.
Look, y'all, then he gonna try to help me because I was like, well, we supposed to have our meeting on this day. Well, now you told me, sir. No, I didn't. So y'all, we just
that's just my invitation to let you know. Hey, I need to be on your show. That's how bad.
So
that's how bad
I appreciate it.
I was excited to get up here today. I was just like, I'm going in. I'm like, man, what I need to do? Hey, calm down.
Yeah. So, but I really appreciate you. And so, one thing, if you can say anything to anybody that's trying to get something off the ground, what would you say? Entrepreneur wise, if they try to get music, like if some people still want to pursue their music or they want to put their music out there, like what kind of motivation could you give them or inspiration or guidelines or resources?
And those people that you have in your corner that are actually already doing what you know, have a mindset to actually do, whether it's on a podcast, whether that's being a coach, whether that's washing cars, detail, whatever it is, and step out on faith. Don't be hesitant to actually go out and be able to network and step out of your comfort zone because, like I said, when we did the introduction, it's about seeking challenge, not comfort. So when that comes about and you're the type of person that just, all right, I want everything to just come to me.
Right.
It's not gonna work like that. You know what I mean? So you have to be able to close my, like I said, close my don't get fed.
Don't get fed.
So
they don't know you hungry.
If you don't open up your mouth and say what you need to say, then it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You know, I would just challenge anybody because I did. I took the initiative to, you know, critically think.
Oh,
Critically.
critically.
And overthink and analyze.
Come on here.
And strategize.
And get the thing
and then mobilize.
Because the mobility is the action.
Yeah, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? This is just talk.
We talk about real things.
Big facts. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is not rehearsed.
Come on here.
It's not rehearsed.
Don't get it and come back with
it's one of those things where you have to be able to know this is what you want to do. And if you don't, it ain't nothing wrong with just saying, I need some help.
Look, so
that's the thing as far
as my cousin on here, he always say something, and I hope I said it right. He gonna tell me if I said it wrong. So we here to help people grow and not keep nobody low. I hope I said it right. He gonna tell me.
Grow and not keep nobody low.
Yeah, we here to grow and not keep nobody low because it's big. Or to me, paying it forward is more important than all the likes, than all the shares. I just want to know, like you said earlier, that what I'm saying is something that people can apply to their life in real time.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Not everybody is able to, incorrect. Not everybody is able to really actually have that spiritual awakening like they say they are spiritually woke. Not all of us are actually able to actually really just actually tap into that. Some people they just say like, yeah, I'm spiritually woke. You're actually not. It's just more. It goes down into more depth and more solitude. It goes more solitude, more loneliness, more loneliness. Being by yourself.
Right.
Because a lot of people want to be with somebody just to say that they're with somebody.
They
ain't really.
Sorry.
That's all that.
Man, look.
They really don't love. They really don't love that person.
This is the thing. I have had so many guys get mad at me, y'all, because people think that like I just be out here. Oh, you gotta have all these people trying to talk to you. Honestly, the people probably do be trying to talk to y'all, but once I see you not talking about business, I'm already not interested because I take good care of myself. I take good care of my children. God has blessed me, and I thank Him for it. But if you're not going to be an addition to what I'm doing and what I'm working towards, I just didn't even pay no attention to. You know what I'm saying? And I pray for God to give me that discernment because I have 2 children to think about before myself.
Right.
So I'm not gonna bring nobody around them. You know what I'm saying? It's not about God's word first off,
Right.
and not about thriving and excelling, and not about protecting us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because people get caught up into that. Oh, he loves me, he like me. But what about your children? Can you trust this person around your family members? Like all that kind of stuff. Again, the overthinking. So I feel like the overthinking makes me more aware, and because of my experience in law enforcement as well, it sure makes me more aware. But it's just,
and you ain't doing that.
so it's just like getting to the age I am, and to the life experiences I have had. It's like I just have to make sure that I'm covered in all ways. And so to me, it was important to make sure that I could took care of my business first, took care of my kids first. And when somebody try to talk to me, they can try to talk to me all day, but that has never been nothing for me. Like you know what I'm saying? Because somebody talking about it did it. You telling me I look cute. Nigga, I know I look cute. I'm cute. So like,
keep it cute.
Right. It's still keeping it cute. So, but it's one of those things like it's not like I always say that I do my best to humble myself because I know who is in charge. I'm not in charge. God is orchestrating all these things and put things in place. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things like I'm not gonna take that kind of credit, but I'm a vessel. I'm most definitely a vessel, and the things that he puts into me, he's looking for me to put out there. You know what I'm saying? But when I don't, I'm not giving him the praise that he deserves, and I'm not being my full self, as you said. We got to be us all the time. And if you're not gonna be you all the time, why even get up?
Why even go outside?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
You might as well look yourself in the mirror and just sit there and point fingers at yourself
and go back to sleep.
Go back to sleep. Do whatever else that you do. I mean, it's just plain and simple. Man, you said a lot of great things. I just know, like, I had to tell myself, I gotta stop outside. Like going outside, being like going into these low vibration places where I know that there is no love there.
Oh, no genuineness.
No. And they say don't go where you're tolerated, go where you're loved. You know what I mean? So I go where I'm
celebrated, not tolerated.
Yeah, I'm celebrating all the time wherever I go. People are genuinely happy and are engaging with me in an organic way.
Right.
And it's nothing
high vibration.
High vibration, not low. It's always, and when I actually know and feel that it's low vibration, guess what I do? It's time for me to go.
Exit stage left.
Or when I know it and I got people that's around me and I know that, man, come on, let's go. You know, I tell them, hey, bro, we going out this way. Guess what they do? They gonna follow because not a lot of people are leaders. Mm-hmm. We celebrate people that we think that are leaders. But really and truly, they are not leaders once you start doing the backstory and
they're not the beginning of leadership.
The uncovering of what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I can tell you a lot of other stuff I'll count. You know what I'm saying? But that's not shying away from who I really am just because I want to use it. Because we have other people that are in different cities, different states, different places. You know, they might take that and run with it. You know what I mean? Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have to use that quote because people can take a lot.
It's the allegedly.
People can take a truth and then.
Do it again.
Allegedly.
It be the energy of
what you got. Because one thing you know that negative and just negative connotation itself will travel farther than the truth.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's hard to really get through to a person who really don't even see anything.
Because the people don't care about the truth.
That's why the attention span is so low.
They don't care about the truth until it discredits you.
Yeah, and then you gotta sit here and do this. I said and
right.
Like I'm working on my comments.
Yeah.
Because I can turn up. I can turn up. I just don't do it because of the fact that what purpose is that serving?
For sure.
After I've already exalted all of their energy. What did I gain from that?
And who did it benefit?
The other person.
Yeah.
Because I got him out of that. I got him on the hook.
I I was telling one of my friends that I mentor on the teacher did, and I do not consider myself the best teacher in the world. But at the end of the day, she allowed herself to be emotionally distracted with a student before because they tried to get under her skin and piss her off. You know what I'm saying? And the moment that they see that you pissed off, oh yeah, let me get on their ass. So yeah, they gonna keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And so me, quick thing, y'all can judge me if y'all want to. Somebody say something about me, your mama,
Yeah.
real quick. And that changes the whole dynamic. They look at me like, bitch.
Yeah.
But your mama.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, my children do not want me to be here being disrespected by another child. So the fact that you want to disrespect me, so is your mama. And when I tell you, that changed the whole dynamic of their child interaction the rest of the year real quick. Wow. Because I'm the right one. I'm here by choice. Wow. And I tell the kids that I'm here by choice. So the moment I feel like that I don't want to be around y'all, I don't want to talk to y'all, I will leave because I have something that you need that can assist you in your real life. So if you don't want it, go on and get out my face. But no, please get the top of in action.
She went too far.
They
said no.
It was 2 hours so late.
No, we have
text message
right here. It's a what you call it right here though.
Oh, yeah, it's another type of time, right?
Yeah.
So you can have it. Because the other one they said no.
And that one has like the same thing. This one here. But at any rate, you have to treat them like your kids in real life. When it comes to my students, they like every kid that I done ever parent as a teacher, they realize be like looking for me, like with a flashlight in the daylight. And it's just it's crazy. They be like, Miss Visor, you left us. I have a kid that stalks me on TikTok, y'all. I ain't even know this man do about TikTok. But you know what I'm saying? Like, can they be so serious about making sure they know how I'm doing?
But you know that
this man talking about you gonna come back working out of school.